Welcome to my channel, Science Icon. So far, when dealing with equilibrium of bodies, truths, etc., our strategy has been to isolate parts of the system and consider equilibrium to its subsystem under various forces. The forces that we apply on the system and those that the surface. Yes. The other element of the systems can apply on subsystem as the system size grows. The number of subsystem and the forces on the n become very large. The question is we just focus the force applied to get it it directly rather than going through each and every subsystem. The method of virtual work provides such a scheme. um, In this lecture, I will give you a basic introduction to this method and solve the some example by applying this method. Let us take an example. You must have been seen in a toy as shown in the figure. It made many identical bars connected with other and shown in the figure. One is the lowest is connected to the fixed pin A, whereas the bar R is the pin joint B that can be horizontally. It's seen that if the toy stand vertically, it collapses uh, under its own weight. The question is what horizontal force F should be applied at its upper end so the structure does not collapse. To see many equations do we have solved while finding F of the structure above. Let us take a simple version of it and made it of only two bars. Ask how much force do we need to keep it in equilibrium. Let each bar of length L and mass m, let the angle between them is theta. The free body diagram of whole system is shown and above. Notice that there is unknown NAX, NAY and NBY, which are reaction forces on working on the bars. And F, but only three equilibrium equations of these forces are NAY plus NBY equals to 2mg and NAX plus F equals to 0. And the equation is 2mg into 1 by 2 sine theta by 2 minus NBY into L sine theta by 2 minus F into L cos theta by 2 equals to 0. So to solve the force we will have to look individual bars. If we took the individual bars we also have to take into amount of force that pin joints them applies on the bar. This is introduction to more unknown N1 and N2 into the problem as shown in the figure 3. However, there are three equations for each bar or equivalently three equations above the and three equations and for one of the bars, so that the total number of equations is 6. Thus we can get the force of the system. The free body diagram of the two bar as shown in the figure 3 to get 3 more equations in addition to 3 above. Now we consider in equilibrium for any of two bars and in the presence one case doing this for the bar printed it be a pair. And in this easy to consider that bar, the force equation of this bar is N1 equals to 0. Then Nby equals to N2 plus mg. And taking the torque about B, taking N1 equals to 0 gives us N2 equals to minus mg. This is lead us to Nby equals to 0. Substituting this is that in equilibrium equations obtained to be for the three systems gives. Looking for the answer carefully reveals that we are going to applying the force F to make sure that bar pin joint F A in equilibrium. This keeps the bar joint and 1B in equilibrium by applying on the force equal and weight it at in the center of gravity. The question that arises is if we made these bars floating in the shown the figure, how would we calculate F? This was method the virtual work to develop in this lecture. We would come to handy if we will solve this problem later using the method of virtual work. So let us now describe the method. First we introduce the terminology of employing this method. First, degree of freedom. This is the number of parameters required to describe the system. For example, a free particle has 3 degrees of freedoms because they require x, y and z axes. Describe the positions. On the other hand, it is restricted to move in the plane and its degree of freedom on only 2 position and in the mechanism that we consider above. There are only 1 degree of freedom because the angle theta between the bars is sufficient to describe the system. Degree of freedom are reduced by the constraint in this and they are put in the possible motion of a system. This is described below. Constraint and concentrated force. Constraints and those conditions that we put on the movement of a system so that this motion is get restricted. In other words, a constrained degree of freedom of a system. Constrained force are the force that are applied on a system or to enforce the constraint. Let us understand and this concept is enough for with some example. Through some example, a particle in a free space has 3 degrees of freedom. However, if we put a plane horizontal plane in the surface without applying any force on vertical direction, its motion is restricted on a plane. Thus now it has only 2 degrees of freedom. So the constraint and in this case that particle moves only horizontal surface and constraining the force as constraint is normal reaction provided by the surface. As the second example, let us take a vertical pendulum oscillating in a plane as shown in the figure 5. This is the degree of freedom of 2 if there is no constraint on this motion. However, the bubble has pendulum is constrained and to move the such way that the distance from the prevent point is fixed. We have introduced one more constraint on its motion. Therefore, the degree of freedom are reduced by 1. A pendulum is oscillating a plane has only 1 degree of freedom and the angle of its equilibrium position, therefore sufficient to describe the plane pendulum motion is fully. How about the force is constrained, and in this case, the constraint that the distance of the bob from the period remain fixed is ensure the tension of the string by the tension of the string, therefore the force is constrained. And let us consider a folding toy shown in the figure 1. And this is structure although made many moving bars from the only degree of freedom because the bars is constrained to move in a very specific way. Thus the large number of degree of freedoms of these bars as the example explanation are eliminated by the constraint. As such number of constraint, therefore the number of constraint forces is very large. The constraint force are the fixed reaction at the support A and B, and the force applied by the pins holding on the bars together. It is because the force on the system is restricted in motion. I would like to note one thing. The testing of the example considered above in the system moves in the constraint. The force do not at any work. It may in the case the particular moving of a plane and the motion of the perpendicular to the normal reaction. So it does no work of the particles and the perpendicular to the motion of a bob and also perpendicular to the tension of a string in which is the force is constrained. Thus as no work on the plane and on the bob by the constrained force. In this case as figure 1 and the quite interesting. In this structure of A does not move and the motion of B perpendicular to the other hand. The constraint and force due to the connecting the bars is equal and opposite to each other, but the point of this bar where the force act and have the sum and displacement of a bar are that net work done by the constraint in vanish. Virtual displacement. Given the system equilibrium, the virtual displacement imagine as follow. Move the system slightly away from the equilibrium position, arbitrary but constant with a constraint, and this represents the virtual displacement of a system. Note the emphasize the word imagination. This is because the virtual displacement is not caused by the applied force rather than and the difference between the equilibrium position of the system and imagination position, the constrained perpendicular to the equilibrium and the angle theta force acting on it. The virtual displacement I would increase is the angle theta and keeping the distance the bob from the parade right unchanged. On the other hand, the moving the bob is component is the direction of the string, not the virtual displacement because it will be now considered as virtual the constraint and virtual displacement and is done by the delta r are recognized in the displacement dr as shown in the figure 6. Virtual work. The work done by the force F is virtual displacement is called virtual work. It is been denoted by delta W. Thus, note that at our previous observation, the work has been constrained force is usually 0. Implies the virtual work done by the constrained force is also 0. Also keeping the mind the calculating of the work F dot delta R by the force is represented by the displacement and of the point where the force is being applied. With this definition, we are now ready to state the principle of virtual work. it is based on the assumption the virtual work done by the concentration force 0. The principle of the virtual work states that the necessary and sufficient condition of equilibrium of a mechanical system without friction. In this virtual work done by the externally applied force is 0. Let us see the arises as is for the system is equilibrium. Each of the particle of a system is in equilibrium under the influence of externally applied force. The force is constrained and then then from the ith particle F external plus F constrained equals to 0. That gives F external and F constraint and in direction OR1I equals to 0. Therefore, summation of I F external plus F constrained and delta RI equals to 0. But at but we have been seen in the individual particle F constraint and delta Ri is 0. For the system, the composed substance F constraint delta Ri equals to 0. The net virtual work done by the constraint force is 0. The remaining and total virtual work done by the external force particles is summation of I F external R delta Ri equals to 0. This is necessarily the part of the proof, the condition of sufficient condition, and this provided by the showing that if the body has not equilibrium, the virtual work done by the external force does not vanish by the arbitrary virtual displacement, and if the force is not equilibrium, it will move the direction of the net force on each particle during the real displacement, and delta R dr1. The work done by the force in the particle is positive. Then F external plus F constraint and into delta dr1 is smaller than 0. Now we can choose the real displacement by the virtual displacement and find that when the body is not in equilibrium, all virtual displacement and consist with a constraint will not be 0. Virtual work thus when with the equilibrium is not equilibrium, system is not equilibrium, then F external plus F constraint and dot delta Ri smaller than 0. That gives summation of I F external and F constraint delta Ri is also 0. Assuming that again the net work done by the constraint force is 0, we get that for a body is not in equilibrium, then summation of I F external delta I is not equals to 0. This implies that the virtual work done by the external force vanish. The system must be equilibrium. This proves that the sufficient part of the condition. We now solve the example of structure that how virtual work is applied.